But some people Shinigami here. Not a lot of people might know this about me. Some of you do. I really like Tekken. I've grown up on Tekken. I've played since the first game. I've played a lot of 6. I've played a lot of Tekken 2. I streamed Tekken 7 for a little bit a while back. And I've always liked these games. So I have a few hundred hours on Tekken 7 as well. So this is more of a casual viewpoint. Basically, this could be an interesting video for fans and for non-fans of Tekken altogether. Sit back and listen, I would say. Dus yeah, today we're going to make a tier list on characters that, well, where will they end up? Will they be in Tekken 8 base game? Are they probably going to be in it, but there's a chance they won't be? They're very unlikely to be in there, but there's a chance. There's no way in hell they're going to be in it. They might reuse the moveset. There's a specific character, at least one, that I think they might reuse the moveset for. They just have to change the image because of copyrights and stuff. And some characters might just be resold as DLC. They will not be dropped on launch, instead we get DLC. Now, my vision for Tekken 8 going into this is that I expect them to drop a lot of characters from the roster. I'm not sure if they were moving to a new engine. I thought that was the case. But one of the major complaints with Tekken is that there's just too many characters, which... yeah, just look at this. This is insane. It might look like a lot of characters, but if you actually have to think that they're all having unique movesets, I need to learn your matchups. Yeah, that's hell. Now there's the entire the problem with Tekken, which is also its good side, is that everyone is viable, but everyone is viable, meaning you even have to prepare the weird matchups. And that's just not that great. So, yeah, I have my ideas for these. Another Tekken 8 related video I have coming up is my 10 guesses for guest characters. We have characters from other franchises in Tekken 7, and I expect them to do that in future games as well. Let's actually kick in this list. So, Akuma, I don't see it happen. Theoretically, it could happen, but he's a guest from Street Fighter, and I've used him in one game. Although in theory, he is plot relevant, I don't expect him to do it multiple times in a row. I think Akuma's Tekken stole away a lot of players from Street Fighter, mostly because Street Fighter 5 on launch was not a good game, Tekken 7 on launch was a good game. So a couple people, at least bunch of people went to Tekken to play Akuma in Tekken. A lot of people have PTSD towards this character for being ridiculously overpowered, but yeah. I just don't see Akuma happening again. I do expect 2D characters to a certain degree, but not Akuma. Lisa. Probably in it. I expect them to give the Lars saga, which includes her and Lars, some kind of closure at some point. But it's also not like Tekken would not be Tekken without her. She isn't vital to the game. She is very likely to be in the game, though, with Lars. Maybe one of them die, maybe they both die, and then they would be in Tekken 9, or Tag Tournament 3. But right now, it would be a bit weird to take Alisa out. She's quite well known in the community as well. But nothing is impossible. Anna Williams. Maybe DLC. But I guess she probably won't be in it. It's not guaranteed. There is a chance she does. I don't know the online play rates, of course. She has some players, but the fact that she was DLC in the first place indicates she's not that popular. Nina I'll talk about later, but yeah, she isn't that vital to the series. She's kind of popular. She's from older games, but she's not a vital part of the game. Armor King was once again just like Anna, introduced DLC. They might just pull the DLC move again, which wouldn't surprise me too much. But I'm guessing he won't be in it at all. They already will have King. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a guest character that's also, or a new character that's some kind of grappler. I wouldn't be surprised if Marduk is in the base game. So Armor King, I think, would be overkill if we're going to talk about limited slots. Maybe they'll do it as DLC, but I just don't see Armor King in the base game happening, due to other characters already being too similar. Asuka is like one of the faces of Tekken. She's been a iconic character that's been in almost every game. I wouldn't be surprised if she wasn't here. She also has very close ties to Jin, which together with Kazuya are probably going to be the two main antagonists, main characters of this game, so yeah. Bob, I think I can with confidence say, will not be in this game. Yes, there's a few Bob enjoyers, but compared to all the other characters need to be cut. You cannot... Well, theory they could, but I don't expect them to create a Tekken 8 with all characters again. And Bob is just one of those characters that is a total side character and he's not vital to the story at all. Brian, as much as he's one of my favorites, I really, really like him. I'm only going to put him in probably. He's very iconic, he's been in a lot of Tekken games, but he isn't vital to the story. Townjet Upper is a bit tough to balance. It's very likely that he will be in the game, but I can't see arguments to him not being in here. It would upset me, it would upset a lot of people though. It's a very iconic character. But he's not vital to the story or close to characters that are vital. Claudio, I expect to be in the base game. He's a new introduction. He's very beginner friendly. Tekken struggles to appeal to new players. Claudio is good for that. And it would be a stupid decision in my opinion to cut out Claudio. Very beginner accessible. It just makes sense to have it in here. Devil Jin. It's Jin as a devil. It's going to be vital to the plot. Yeah, I don't need to say it anymore, I think. Dragunov, I think, will be DLC. Now, the reason for this is very simple. There's an ongoing fucking war between Ukraine and Russia in real life. Having a soldier from basically Russia in a game is going to come across to a lot of people as insensitive. So I would not include him in the base game. I would use him as DLC. He's still very iconic. I probably want to keep him in the game. But it's one of those characters that, due to the political situation of the world, is probably better left out of the base game. It just depends on when the game drops, really. Might be a free DLC even, but dropping it in the base game if the war is still going on, it will be seen as insensitive to a lot of people. Eddie would be weird to remove from the base game. It could be her, it could be whatever the girl, Christy, I believe was called. The other capo girl might be in here, but it's a very unique fighting style that I probably want to give representation. Also, let's be honest, skin color representation, modern gaming and modern entertainment is a thing as well. He's a colored person. Unique fighting style, very iconic. Why would I remove him? It would be a very weird decision. Sure, not vital to the story, but it adds for a variety to the roster that, yeah, people just want, and he's so iconic. It would be a weird move to remove him. Eliza, I expect to be in the base game as well. Sure, she might not be story relevant. She's very marketable. The other 2D characters will be out. You want to keep the 2D playing style with the meter. They probably want to keep it in. I expect them to want to keep it in. In that case, Eliza makes sense. She's very marketable. Which you see in communities that love the design, even though they're not even playing the game, or they barely play the game. It's a very marketable character, and it would be silly to drop her from the game. Pakuram. I would love for them to bring Bruce back and reuse the moveset, but they created a new character instead of Bruce for a reason. I expect him to be in it. He's not vital to be in the game, but they created a new character with a new moveset. All that work for DLC characters to not put him in the next game, I think is a very weird business decision. But it's not a vital character. Maybe we will see Bruce back. I don't know, but yeah. Fang could be Legacy DLC. Apparently Arada likes him, but that's hearsay. I've heard it from people. He's only popular at the moment because he's just very good. Until then, nobody discovered him almost, which goes to show how little people really like him. He's not that vital to the story from what I know, from what I remember. I've tried watching almost all cutscenes at some point in my life, but yeah. I don't expect Fang to be in the base game, but he's somewhat loved by some people, so DLC seems like a great middle point if they release some kind of legacy pack again. Yeah, Gun Ryu is just not going to be in it. It's a weird design. People don't like playing against it. There's so many other characters that you're probably going to cut. Keep him in it is going to be weird. Geese, they probably would love to either return him again or reuse his moveset, but copyright issues are too much of a thing for him. His moves are very unique to the character. I don't expect Geese to be in the game. Sadly, this is a controversial statement. A lot of people hate Geese. I love watching seeing people like the main man or competitive players play him. He's very entertaining to watch. He's just very cool. People just get upset at him being overpowered. And that could have been fixed by tweaks, nerfs. Geese is a very cool character, and he was a great addition to the game, which is probably a controversial opinion. But he was a good addition to Tekken 7. Don't bring him to the future. Gigas probably won't be in it. I can see Gigas return with a new moveset or something, perhaps. But right now he's just a scuffed Marduk. But you would rather play modded. He's also a bit beginner friendly, so that could be an argument for it, but yeah. Hayachi's gonna be in it, even though he died in the story. It's Tekken. They either can do it via flashback, or some other plot armor, maybe some robot version of him, but Hayachi is gonna be in it in some way or form. I'm pretty sure. Hurrang, gonna be in it. Unique fighting style, rivalry with Jin. The story matches up. Popular character as well. I'm not biased, it's one of my mains. But yeah, it's just very unique. Cutting him would be a weird move. Jack is probably gonna be in it, based off Legacy. Almost every game, from what I remember, had a version of Jack, so cutting it out here would be a very weird decision, but not impossible. But it would be a bit weird. It's a very iconic character, so putting it into every Tekken, including the next one, just makes sense. But if Jack isn't there, not a lot of people will miss him, although there are core fans of Jack, of course. Jin's gonna be on the cover. Definitely. Josie, I mean, I think either she or Fokuram, they probably want some white tie representation. I expect all of these two to be in it. Not sure who. Once again, could also be Bruce. I don't expect both in the game, though. It's going to be either Fokuram or Josie, I expect. Now, that's a discussion. Do you want a cool, unique-looking guy? I don't like Fokuram, but that's probably how they view him. Or do you want a female representation? Do you want a girl that is marketable? Only developers know the answer. I expect one of these two to make it in. Yulia, I don't think she's popular enough. She was once again relegated to the Legacy DLC, which is usually not that good of a sign either. Yeah, I just don't see it happen. Katarina, I'm gonna say she's gonna be in it. I think, sure, she doesn't have any story connections, but same argument as Claudio. Very beginner friendly. For example, look up the Forsen streams. I thought it was Forsen. That just spammed with Katarina, got to a decent rank. It enables new players to actually have chance to win. And that markets a game as Tekken well. She isn't overpowered either if you lose to Katarina learning to play. She's a hard character to deal with though. And just give her a few more moves, flesh out the character a bit. I don't even remember any bit of her story, so they need to make her a bit more relevant. But combined with the fact that she, well, looks attractive to a lot of people, it's easy to play, it's just a very good combination. Kazumi was just part of Tekken 7 story, was a flashback, would be weird to keep it in the next Tekken, my opinion. Kazuya was literally the teaser. Like, yeah, that's it. Even then he's too vital. King, too iconic. If they don't include King, I don't know what they're gonna do, what they're doing, honestly. Kuma, I don't care for Kuma. A lot of people, however, do. It's the same with Panda's literally just a reskin, so it could at worst be like an alternate form. Expect both of these to be in here. Just based on the fact they're iconic, they're unique, and yeah, they're like the bare backbone of Tekken. Kunimitsu, another one of those probably in it. I mean, they went back and created a new playing style entirely for this character for this game. It was weird to not port it over into the new game. Yeah, it makes sense to include her, but they might think she's like a balance nightmare. Maybe she doesn't. But they went out and created an entirely new design. She doesn't have many story connections, though, from what I know. So, yeah, that's why it's probably in it. Lars. It would be weird if he disappeared. Elisa might just be missing from this game, might not play their DLC, or is here. Lars should definitely be in here. I don't expect Lars to just disappear. It's just weird. He has to be in the game, right? Law, martial law. Probably gonna be in it, but maybe not. Yeah, I can't imagine a Tekken game without him. He's not that relevant to the story, but it's very iconic. He's been in almost every game. Simplistic playing style. Helps accessibility. Yeah. Lee has story relevance. Unique playing style once again. Just makes sense. Lei, not in it. Once again, Legacy, which was it's not a good sign. Nobody played him in the past. Brought him back to DLC, barely anyone played him. I mean, who knows their matchups against this character? There's a few fans, but I don't think there's enough to bring him back. I'd be surprised if he was in the game. Leo, I don't expect to be in here as well. Very limited. DLC, perhaps. Leo as DLC would, I guess, make sense. My issue with Leo is that Leo is not story important. Leo has been sleeper overpowered for a long, long while. Nobody plays this character. Almost nobody. There's one very good competitive player that picked Leo up, but outside of that, nobody played him. Leo would make sense as a legacy DLC character, since newer fans kind of might like this character, and especially if, you know, polished a bit visually, may make it more interesting of a character. Yeah, but definitely not in the base game. I'm pretty sure. Leroy Smith, definitely going to be in the base game, based on the fact that he was a red gold to Bloodlines, which, in my opinion, is a terrible anime, but it's not relevant here. Very cool character. A lot of people hate him for being overpowered, but nobody actually dislikes his design. Wing Chun isn't represented otherwise. And just of the simple reason that he's black. Is that a racist statement? Maybe, but representation is something a lot of people want in these games. And Leroy Smith is a cool example of representation in Tekken. It would be really weird to remove him from the game. Lily might not be important to the story, but despite being underaged, I believe, a lot of people like her visual design. Kind of a unique fighting style, very... Although she's a somewhat recent addition, then again, Tekken 5 Dark Rebel, or whatever it was called, at this point, it's kind of old. But I would be surprised if she was somehow removed. Lucky Chloe, like her or not, she's very marketable. That alone should be a reason to return her. Yeah. It just makes sense to me. Bardock. I'd be surprised. Legacy character once again. Outside of being overpowered, nobody really uses him. I don't think he will be in it, honestly. I think they're just gonna have King as dedicated grappler in the Bane game. And either grapple guest or new design for another grappler. Buster Raven. Probably gonna be in here, that's a decent chance. Once again, the representation. From what I can remember, the only black female in Tekken, and that's just representation that they might want to include in their game. I don't want to be accused in modern gaming of only including whites, you know. It's the truth, the game world and media right now in the modern world. Quite some people like her as well as a character. I prefer the old Raven myself. I thought the old Raven was cool. Didn't really like Master Raven, but there's a decent chunk of players as well. And it's a somewhat unique character, so yeah, this is one of those. Probably, if she's not here, not that many people will mourn her loss. But yeah, Miguel, probably not going to be in it. Recent introduction, not a lot of people main him. His design, his entire thing was being angry at Jin, but in Tekken 7 he kind of saved Jin when he was in danger. Although it kind of teaches at a future rematch or something like that, I think his main anger is already gone, and yeah, visually he isn't that interesting either. Gameplay wise, yeah, sure, but it could also just be a cat character once again with a similar playing style or a new character. No, I'm not sold on this character personally. I don't see it happen. Now, the reason why I included Ryu's moveset. Negan is a perfect character for beginners. It's a very good character for beginners. A lot of people like playing him. But I don't expect it to license Negan again. So, including a Tekken original character that is a very similar moveset just makes a lot of sense to me. We don't really have any weapon based outside of Yoshimitsu. And yeah, in all honesty, a little bit of salt aside, I think Negan was a great design to begin with. Nina Williams is very tied to the story, very important character for a lot of reasons. Just a hot blonde girl, which a lot of people like. She's been part of the Tekken game for a long while. She was also cleared as a base character. Yeah, I'd be surprised if she was declared it. I I was considering Ryu's moveset for him, but Noctis I don't see happening. Paul... Too iconic to not include in the base game, right? Shaheen is a joke. Nobody plays this character. Nobody cares for this character. Have you ever heard somebody say, "Oh yeah, I really like Shaheen's design. I'm gonna main him. He's a very fun playing style." No, nobody really does. Steve, in my opinion, not a base game character. Unique playing style, boxing, no kicks, basically. Ever since his inclusion has been very iconic. A lot of people like this character. Story relevance, maybe not, but just those facts combined make it very likely for him to be included. I would love to put this character here, but Tyson Jin and marketability once again do say to me base game. I'd be surprised if she wasn't in the game. Don't really care for her, but yeah. If you're a Yoshimitsu player, you're a Yoshimitsu player, you're a Tekken player. A lot of people that like Yoshimitsu like explicitly like Yoshimitsu. Removing him from the game would be a very weird choice for that reason. Because of how unique this character is. And it's iconic for both Soul Calibur and Tekken. Removing Yoshimitsu would probably be one of the weirdest choices I could ever make. So yeah. Safina, right? Got the name. I don't expect it to be relevant. Once again, Legacy DLC, played by a few people, mostly just because he's good. Yeah, visually she's kind of unique, but there's a lot of diversity already, so it's not needed, so yeah, no. Lydia, I expect to be in the base game. Story ties to Heihachi, which is unfinished business. Sort of a unique fighting style. We don't have that many badass females in this game yet. A lot of people like her design, they don't like that she's overpowered, but a lot of people like her actual design, including me. The Prime Minister of Poland I expect to still be in the game. So yeah, a few characters I expect to be moved. These three as DLC bundle just makes sense to me. Reused Negan, kick these out, probably not going to include this either. Include a few from these, you have a decent base roster. It's still a lot of characters. But there's just a lot of characters in Tekken 7 that would be weird to leave out of Tekken 8. So leave a comment, hate comments down in the comments, just kidding. Follow or shout Tokohoshi for providing this tier list template. But yeah, I think this is a reasonable base game roster, which some people like, some people dislike, and may not here cry about it. There's just a lot of important Tekken characters right now, and I can't imagine cutting out more than these. Hope you all have a beautiful day. That's it for the video. Goodbye.